If you have ever tried to apply human design for business, especially for the marketing, you've probably heard something along these lines. If you're a first-line profile, you are here to market through your detailed expertise. If you're a second-line profile, you are here to be natural, recognized for your gifts and noticed. If you are a third line, you are here to market through sharing your trial and error process. If you are a fourth line, you are here to build intimacy through networks and impacting the people you know. If you are a fifth line, you are here to impact and seduce strangers. And if you are a sixth line, you are marketing through sharing thought leadership, visionary for the future leadership. And that's all great, that's all valid, but this is human design basics. But here's the thing that not many people understand. You can have the perfect alignment between your human design profile and your marketing strategy and still struggle to sell a damn thing. You may also feel disconnected when you promote your offer. Or maybe you freeze when you try to record a video or record a podcast. And sometimes it's not your design or the misalignment in your profile or not expressing yourself or not even the case of I'm not following my authority. You may be doing all of those things, and one thing that it's actually preventing you to access all of that kind of juicy design that you have is that you are in the wrong environment and your brilliance, your genius is muted. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you why sometimes you cannot access your full potential and your full design, even if you are doing the right things on the paper based on your human design chart. And if you are new to my world, hi, I'm Karina Polonia Tryb, and I'm trained in both worlds. I am certified human design professional, which is spiritual side of human design system, as well as I am trained as BG5, career and business consultant through BG5 Business Institute. This is the real business application for human design. So everything that I share is rooted in mechanics and not just spiritual, personal application of this knowledge. And if you're an entrepreneur who feels tired of showing up in your business that feels off, forced or flaky, here is the place where you get the clarity and strategic alignment with your energetic blueprint. So let's start with what you probably already know. Because you see, marketing doesn't happen in a vacuum. You're not floating in space alone. You're delivering offers, you maybe speak on the stage, you are hosting a Zoom room meeting with your clients or even webinar or live training, and you want to promote your offer, and some part of your design may not be even accessible to you, depending on who is around you. You may have kids around you or your partner around you, and that will influence the dynamics, how you are going to show up for your business. So let me give you a personal example. I am a 4/6 profile in human design language, which is opportunist role model. And in BG5, we call it your public role. So this is your front-facing brand. This is how others meant to publicly see you. And for me, this is a influential leader. This is where I'm here to network. I am here to create community. I'm here about real, true intimacy and connection. And the sixth quality of this profile is all about visionary leadership for the future. But you know what has never worked for me? Marketing to strangers. It always feels off. I always feel like if I am here to sell to somebody just through even recording this kind of podcast episode or YouTube video, it feels kind of weird. And this is not because I cannot do sales, it's because it's just not my natural way of being. Each one of us has this unique way of marketing based on our profile, but profile is truly not enough to understand yourself in the business world. Of course, you have different activations, you have different traits, you have strengths, which are channels, But in the end, there are more dynamics that you would even imagine. There are nuances. Because as I said, you don't always have access to your full design. And let me explain. So in human design, especially when we are talking about BG5, the design changes based on who is around you. And that the most extreme part of it is if you are in a group, small group especially, if it's between 3 to 5 people around you, or if you are even working in your business and part of your team you have at least 2 people with you, this is where all of those dynamics are changing, and you may be surprised how you can have your skills enhanced in certain areas, but not necessarily in different areas. And you lose the access to your individual design, which is very tricky. And imagine that even if you are meeting with clients and maybe you have a very small, intimate group of people and there's 5 people and you are the 6th, this is also what would be applied to how you show up and deliver your services or your marketing in that kind of environment. Because the group aura takes only what it needs and it uses your individual design, but only in certain aspects. Let's say if you have a marketing trait 26 or full strength 4426, which is about having this life force to transmit and basically intuitively sell to people. If you are trying to do it in this small group, you may not have access to that kind of energy in that group versus if you would be alone or in partnership with somebody. So for some people, maybe delivering something one-on-one is more suited because then they don't lose access to a certain part of their design that are very beneficial for business and for expressing their uniqueness and standing out in the marketplace. So sometimes you may think that something is wrong with you and you feel off in delivering your marketing, and you blame yourself and you try to look for solutions, buy a new program, how to sell, how to market, but actually fixing just your environment and matching your design to the way how you are going to work and who is around you and what kind of containers are you going to create. Because you see, we are also influenced by bigger group dynamics. Let's say you want to go big and your trainings, your coaching sessions, your delivery on the stage is for the big audience. You may also not feel comfortable with the big audience, and you may feel like you are not going to grow or you are not actually that effective, and you try to hire a coach because you are thinking like, okay, I need some somatic practices because I'm freezing or something just doesn't feel like it's flowing and I'm using so much energy, and you spend money and invest but still spinning your wheels and throwing spaghetti on the wall and nothing really sticks. This is not necessarily your fault or the lack of skills or lack of alignment, but actually you may be not able to do it all by yourself and you need a partner like me. Like when I realized that actually my best work happens in partnership and collaboration, everything started to change. So let's break it down a little bit further. So in BG5 language, I have something that it's called collaborative assimilation style. And in human design, we call it a split definition. And assimilation is how you process and also how you express the information that it's coming to you and out of you. It's also part how you express your outer authority. For me, it means that I integrate and express the best in the partnership with one-on-one person. So let's give you an example. It can be very hard for me to just record something and share my knowledge when there is no one around me, because not all parts of my design are actually integrated, and sometimes I might not have access to certain parts of my body, like even my inner authority. And that makes a big difference. And it doesn't mean that I cannot do it. It means that I need to create a strategic conditions for me to be able to do it. Like, for example, notes and outline, so I don't forget what I want to say, and I kind of have this step-by-step process. But it also means that it takes so much more time and so much more energy on my system that in the end it's not truly sustainable. So if I cannot, I will record by myself, but if I can, I will create even a Zoom meeting with somebody so I can see another friendly face on the other side of this Zoom room, and I am able to actually express myself better, especially if that person connects my split definition, and it makes the energy flow much more natural. And this is something I want to implement more in my business because I am a manifestor, initiator in BG5 language. And that means that also with another activations that I have, I am able to work solo, but it's not so productive and it's not so easy as if I would work with somebody else on the other side. That means also that I thrive in one-on-one containers. This is my jam. It doesn't mean that I cannot do groups. I can, but again, I am designing this container based on what I do best in a small group or the bigger group, and I know how to leverage it. And this may also apply to you if you, let's say, struggle to create content when you sit by yourself, or actually you have an intimate container and you feel like part of you is just diminished and you think something is off and you think it's about the people in the group or your offer, and it's all get confusing, and sometimes just small tweaks can help you. Maybe you have a partner or your kids around you, right? And sometimes maybe you just need to escape from that aura field and close yourself in a room. But it all depends on the context and what you want to achieve. Maybe sometimes in the group you want to access your capacity for planning because you have that in your design, and you would do it next to other people. But this planning won't matter if you cannot access your strength in marketing. So what I mean here is that you can't copy paste a marketing strategy, even that based on your human design, if you don't understand how it is actually applied for you on the material plane. And why all of this matters actually right now. We are in the year 2025 as I'm recording this episode, and we are at the crossroads between the old era ending and the new era beginning, which marks 2027. We are already in the process of switching into completely different way on how we market and how we do business. The old era was all about planning details, developing skills, and being good at your craft. And this all still matters, but we are moving into completely something else. Before, your skills were utilized in, let's say, 9-to-5 work and in the way to just make money and make a living without actually liking even what you do for your work. And that created a lot of pain and suffering. And we are in this incredible time in human experience where we're able to tap into something unique. We are entering the era of sleeping phoenix. And this new era is all about individual expression and individual empowerment. It's about having a business, but not only that, not everybody can be entrepreneur, okay? But create work environments that are utilizing unique expression of somebody's energy, their true talent, their true potential, so they can express their passion. And they're really here to love what they're doing. This is so important, especially that when we learn about the overall frequency and the main theme that it's going to lead us into the future for the whole collective, is that we are talking about the trait 55, gate 55. And this is the gate of the spirit. This is the gate of the love of spirit, love of passion. It's almost like this romance with your unique direction for how you want to express your emotional depth and how you want to feel and how you want to feel like abundant in spirit. And interestingly enough, for the next, 80 years or so, it depends how many years it's in one line, because we are progressing from the sixth line to the first line. The sixth line of the 55th gate talks about spirit realized through materialism. So this is all about how you can apply your passion into your material world. This is going to be a huge, huge change, which already started because so many people are looking for their passion. And what is going to be different from the first line that we were experiencing from the 60s of 20th century is that we are moving from the information age. It's not going to be enough anymore to just know the information. Let's say you know your information about your human design profile, and then you have those prompts for ChatGPT, how to apply it for business, create marketing strategy, or even content. You need to be aware and not only know how your design works for your business, but actually how it's going to change in the era and how you must adapt and create environments, create your flow, the strategy for your business based not only about the design, your own and the group and all of that what we were talking about, but actually positioning it for the completely new way, how also people will interact with your work, because it's going to influence all of the planet. And this is why BG5 matters. This is why just human design spiritual awakening tool won't be applied that easily in the world of material spirit. We need to combine both. It's not only about the spirit and spiritual awakening. It's not only about like trying to get rid yourself of the not self, which in human design, it's like your openness. Actually, in business application of human design, we use your conditioning for the benefit of your material plane, of your material capacity. And that's why this strategy needs to be customized. So if you want your business to be resilient in the future, it's not going to be anymore about copying somebody else's strategy and trying to apply it to your own business. It's going to be your individual passion and expression and your spirit in the way that it's practical for your unique design. And for me, it may look completely different than for you. And based on my design, I am here to bring resources to the community and teach and speak about material world and how we are here to gather together and to create a mycelium network, the fungi that goes beyond the forest and provides the certain resources for the trees that are maybe in the back of the forest and they don't get enough light. One of the ways that I want to support you in preparing for the changes in 2027 and beyond is by showing you how to translate your human design chart into a practical business application of BG5 system. And that's why I've created a free 90-minute video training rooted in design, where you will learn how to leverage your body graph, your unique chart, to elevate your offers, marketing, and sales so you can attract soul bestie aligned clients and grow an epic business ecosystem that's actually built the way you are wired to succeed, to thrive. So if this is something interesting for you, join this free training. The link is in the description below, and I can't wait to speak to you next time.